All right, guys, so here is the tortoise creep, minus a few that are out walking around, didn't want to come in to eat. It is Sweet Saturday, so that's where they get to eat junk food, Missouri, all kinds of fruits and vegetables, and a lot of just random produce from the week. This is probably their favorite day, and this is really the only time that they're all together here, is just enjoying their feast for the weekend. Also, the chickens do like Sweet Sunday or Saturday as well. All right, guys, and here is our turtle group. In this little box here, we have all of our rescued Rio Grande Ritters. There's 3 big females right here, smaller female right here. She was actually found in the middle of a 6-lane highway. No clue how she got there, but she's really pretty. I love that head on her. Really, really pretty turtle. And then this is a male that was rescued as well. He has some old wounds where he had got run over at some point, I'm guessing. All these guys were found either crossing roads or were caught in fishing stuff and were brought in. And then over here we have our other turtle group. We have 3 right there, yellow belly sliders. And then we have some small little juvenile Texas cooters, a western painted turtle. He's really pretty. He was a rescue. And then somewhere over here we have our red belly cooter. Really, really like this guy. He's probably my favorite pattern turtle here. He's kind of tied with the Texas cooter in my opinion. That head is just crazy to me. But yeah, here's our turtle group. I did actually go in and collect all these guys so y'all could see them kind of out of the water and up close. But yeah, just another component of our collection here. All right, guys, and here is our banana pectinata enclosure. There's one female over there. Ornate wood turtles right there, both of them. Here's the male. He's enjoying some kind of brunch. Nice little mix of Repashy, Missouri greens, prickly pear, bananas, apples, mangoes, honeydew melon, all kinds of stuff. It is a little swampy because it did get rained on, so it doesn't really look the prettiest, but yeah. Our other 2 females should be somewhere over here. Get that off of him. There you go, Bubba. Come right there, something stuck on you. Yeah, I took the height out because these guys are kind of skittish. These 2 females, they are a little bit younger, so they don't really do as well. I'm trying to find, there they are. They're both back here. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Oh, okay. There is one. Her name is Mango. And the other one right there is Express. They're kind of my younger adult females. But I have seen some breeding activity, at least with Mango, not so much with Express yet. And Gucci. And then Cece over here, I'm hoping is Gravage. She's looking pretty fat in the back end. But yeah, they share this enclosure with these guys. Some ornate wood turtles. They have been laying for me pretty well. Have yet to really get concrete babies out of them. The babies hatched last year, and they kind of hatched. They both passed coming out of the egg. Don't know what that was about. So unfortunately that happened. But here's their enclosure. It's got some oak logs. I don't even know what kind of log these 2 are. Where this concrete bricks are, there usually is a hide box. I did take it out though, just so that the turtles and the 2 younger females wouldn't just run for the hills. But yeah, it is I think it's a 6 foot by 4 foot by 4 foot enclosure. It's actually a Temu catio that's worked pretty well for us. But here's our first of our adult Tinosaur cages. Okay, and over here we have a temporary beardy enclosure. This is our female Skittles. She's in here with this male, Big Red, who's here on a breeding loan. Trying to get some babies out of them. She's just a really nice colored dragon. Really nice oranges and blues on her. Hey, that's my finger. That's my finger. She's also very hungry, so I'm hoping that she is building eggs, or at least gravid, because how much she eats. And then he is a super nice red monster. Got some deep blacks. He is very interested in her, as you can tell. But yeah, this is their temporary enclosure just here for kind of the breeding season. And then Skittles will move back into her normal enclosure. And I'm brainstorming ideas of what to put in here. Maybe put some frilled dragons or juvenile self-fins and add a pond. Still thinking on that though. Let me know what y'all guys think in the comments on what should go in this enclosure. It's technically a 5 foot, but it does have a couple feet of dirt in it. Yeah, I believe it's 5 by 3 by 3 rectangle. It goes down pretty far. But this is just our temporary enclosure. Let's move on to the next one. And then next door we have our usual tortoise enclosure that is being used right now by this guy, Phoenix. He is our buddy Mark's breeder dragon, but I've been rotating him in, trying to get to see who will breed Skittles. He is one that I've produced here in the past. He's not that tame, but he is a nice little hypotran, a little bit of like an orangish red color. He's really nice, but he is in here for the meantime. Yes, it does have a lid, screen lid on top. I should have it open so we can see in here. All right, guys, and here's our next enclosure. We have our Tinosaur Palearis enclosure right here. Been working a lot with these guys on getting them tamer. She is looking plump. I think she may be gravid, hopefully, fingers crossed. Would love to produce this species. Same parameters as our pectinata enclosure. But yeah, usually there is a female Tinosaur melanosterna in here. But I have just kind of moved her out because our female over here was being quite grumpy with her. I think also due to being gravid, but they're also eating their little mix of food. And yeah, this is their enclosure, little egg-laying box kind of deal. And on to the next. Okay, and here is the temporary enclosure. Again, same parameters as the others. This one does have a hide box still, bunch of climbing logs and stuff of this girl, our female Tinosaur melanosterna. Sorry, that's a tongue twister, but she's living in here. A bird did poop on her from the looks of it. She's living in here though for right now while our other female gets it figured out because she's kind of a grump. But usually she lives with that other pair. And this is was a bearded dragon enclosure. I'm also thinking about what to put in here. I have all kinds of ideas for this one, but yeah, she's in here for right now. She's getting tamer. She didn't used to let me even get this close to her. She does let me pick her up from time to time, but I have noticed it's usually not in the heat of the day when she's real fired up. She usually is a little bit calmer as it gets closer to the evening time, but she's a really pretty lizard. She's in shed right now, so she doesn't look that pretty. When she's out of shed though, she's a really nice silvery color, really pretty lizard. Shout out to my boy Junior for gifting her to me. She's definitely loved, and I'm hoping to one day get some babies out of her as well. All right, guys, and over here in this monster mega mansion, it is 7 by 3 by 4, I think. Resides Dave. He was also a surrendered bearded dragon. He had some mouth rub from trying to fight with others, but it's healing up now. This is where he lives. He's got his little basking shelves, ton of climbing room. I am experimenting with keeping these guys kind of like a semi-arboreal setup, and he does seem to be enjoying it. He does usually live with Skittles, but because I'm trying to breed her with Big Red, she's already there for right now, as she has already produced a clutch with him before, out of days. But yeah, this is where he lives. There's usually a blanket over the front because he tries to fight every single living animal he sees, and also tries to make advances on every single female lizard that he can see as well. So this is where he lives. It is a huge enclosure for a bearded dragon, and I think he may have the largest enclosure out of anyone here currently. All right, guys, and right here we have our albino green iguana enclosure. Her name is Aurora. Here she is. Super, super gorgeous lizard, nice and chunky. This is where she stays. I try to keep it a little bit smaller for her just because it is a little bit hard for her to find the food sometimes. And she also shares this enclosure temporarily with our last baby redfoot of the year, which is going over to my buddy Junior here shortly. Hopefully he loves her as much as we do. I know he will. But she is a Tim sex female. I incubate all my redfoots to be female, just out of preference. In case I do hold them back, I just would prefer to hold back females, but they're chowing down on the food right now. Let me put her over here with the food too, see if she would like some. Let's see, it takes her usually a minute to kind of fill it out, assess the situation, and she's confused. She'll find it though. She always does. It just takes her a little bit of sniffing around in there and kind of trying to find it. Okay, over here we do have I'm gonna get some hate for this, but a multi-species enclosure. We have a small Lewisite female over there, and I had to take the hide out and move a brick because they do have a tunnels dug underneath the bricks. And over here we have a Bakereye male. They live together pretty well. The only thing is that they do have these tunnels dug, so they're not always the most visible, and they're both really, really skittish. They usually run as soon as they walk out of the back door, which is literally like probably 60 yards away. They see me and they absolutely fly into their little cave. There usually is a hide box on top of the bricks. I just moved it and moved this one brick so that we could see everyone. Here's their enclosure. It is, wrong way to zoom. It is a 4 by 4 by 5, I believe. I made it out of these like water storage containers. It's not the prettiest enclosure, but it does get the job done. They do seem to do very well in it. Okay, in here is our blue banana paws head albino enclosure. Here's our male right there. His name is Chip. He's a really, really cool dude. Super, super cool. Like how he's starting to get his male characteristics. His spine is starting to stand up. I got a dirty hand, but I'll still handle you. Okay, here he is, guys. He is super. Oh, okay. He is super chill. And then his girlfriend is back there with the feeding cup that they took away from me. I don't know if you guys can see her too well. There she is. Her name is Dip. She's not the tamest, but this guy is usually, oh my god, the zoom. This guy's usually pretty chill. I'm gonna try to feed him. I don't know. They're all juiced right now. It's like 95 degrees outside and they are all heated up and a little crazy right now. But there he is. I am praying and praying and praying that these guys can one day produce me some albinos. That would literally be life-changing. But here's their enclosure. It is the same measurements as the one next door with the Bakereye and the Lewisite. I bought these enclosures for basically nothing. I think I spent like $40 or $50 on making these. I mean, they're not the prettiest, like I said, but they do get the job done very well. She's coming out to check us out now. They're curious. He's a little bit more handleable. Once you get him out, he's handleable, but she's very skittish. But she is curious and likes to come check me out, which is a good sign. All right, guys, and here is baby enclosure number 1. We've got our young pied pectinatas in here. Here's the male. Hey, I'm not at jungle gym, dude. I need you to get off of me. Thank you. Okay, there he is. The female. Excuse me. You've had your second to fame. The female's in there. She's absolutely psycho, so I don't really mess with her too much. She loves to escape, loves to run away. So I usually just feed her little food and let her go about her day. But here's their enclosure. I've done previous videos on these pretty recently. I highly recommend these catios for babies. You can block up the hole in the middle and you can actually create 2 separate enclosures, which is what we have down here. We have, oh, please be calm. We have our similis pair in here. There's the male up there on top and the female down there on the bottom, doing her thing. They were eating some brunch as well. He's getting kind of pretty, getting some yellows and stuff on him. They are just not the tamest though. They'll stand here and let me kind of look at them and stuff, but once I touch them, it's over. They go crazy. And they love to flip their height, as you can tell, and move them all over. That one's supposed to be on this wall, and that one's supposed to be flat against the back wall. But I just let them do their thing. It's a lot easier than chasing an extremely fast baby lizard all over the yard. Close that up. On to the next one. Okay, in this enclosure, we have the criminally underrated Tinosaura conspicuosa. There is my female. She's eating some food as well. These guys are super, super cool. They're tame some days they're not. They're kind of bipolar. There's my male back there. They live in this, also in this little Timu lizard hut that I have. But they're getting big fast. They are absolute pigs. They eat constantly. And I just really, really, really love this species. When they are tame, they're super, super, super fun to work with. They're kind of just 50-50 right now. And I kind of just think that that's because they're babies. But I can't wait to see these guys grow up in the future and hopefully produce some babies out of these guys one day. Okay, over here we have our Tinosaura melanosa pair. There's the female on top. Getting that nice gray blue kind of color to her. These guys are absolutely not tame. They're kind of crazy. The male already sees me and he's already back there in the back running behind the pot. I don't know if y'all guys can see him too well. There's the male though. He's crazy. Very, very crazy. But they're doing well. I got these in a trade. I traded some banana pectinatas for these guys. But I just absolutely love on her. She's crazy. Okay, but on her, I love that aberrant pattern. That is so cool. Their names are Zulu and Ziri. And this is their enclosure. Just wanted to show y'all my Lewis sign now that she's out basking. She's super, super dirty right now, so you can't really see her blues, but they do show up from time to time when she's nice and warm. But since she's always digging, she's almost always dirty. All right, guys, here is our Tinosaur acanthera enclosure. We're starting to get some whites. That is the female right there, and our male is right there. I usually gotta feed them separate because if not, they will fight. I have noticed that this particular species is a little bit more aggressive, kind of like a similis, in the way that they kind of treat each other. But they live in this condo. Really excited to produce these as well. I got these from Thai Parks. Really, really white parents, so hopefully they'll turn out super, super pale white, and I really can't wait to see them develop. All right, guys, in here we have he likes to play dead and kind of hide, but if you give him a tap, yeah, he takes off. We have our lone male, Tinosaura, Odorina, or the rotund spiny-tailed iguana. I'm waiting to get his female in from Chris at Underwood Reptiles. I'm really excited for her to come and hopefully produce these as well. These are kind of like considered a dwarf pied pectinata. Really, really, really pretty lizards. He is not tame at all though, unfortunately, and he refuses almost any kind of non-natural food. That's why I feed him almost exclusively greens and flowers. But he's pretty cool. He's eaten rapashi a few times, but just not really reliably. He lives underneath my melanosa pair. He's all right. I just wish he'd be a little bit tamer, but I guess that'll come with time.
Today, I'm going to be showing you my chickens. My chickens, they are,
I don't know until they're little. You say what kind they are? They're what? What? Australorps?
They're blue.
Blue Australorps?
Blue Australorps.
And we have
chickens.
And we have what else in there?
And we have ducks.
What kind of ducks? Rowan ducks.
Rowan ducks.
Mm-hmm.
And we got them 3 days ago.
And they're doing pretty good, huh? You like them? Yeah, we got these guys to kind of add to our chicken flock after they got kind of decimated last year. But yeah, they seem to be doing pretty well. We just got them a couple days ago. They do have food and water. I know you can't see it, but we took it out because if not, they just hide behind it. But here's their little setup. I hope you enjoy them. Right, P? Here is Express, guys. For those of you that didn't get to see her earlier, she is finally out and about. Another new surrender that we've gotten is this little female Whittier mud California king snake. She will be getting an outdoor enclosure here soon as well. To kind of help get some natural outside air and sunshine and aid in that growth process. Haven't decided yet for sure if we're going to be breeding her or just keeping her as a little ambassador. But she is really cool, really unique California king snake morph. Not very often that you see a brown and yellow California king like this, with that real reticulated pattern. But nonetheless, we really welcome her and hope that we can give her a great home.